Good morning and welcome to Coffee Ann, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsocket.radio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee Ann panel.
Good morning, and it's time for Coffee Ann here on ON, AM, and FM on a Friday morning. It's February 10th, 2023. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Melissa Murray is here at the Coffee Ann table. Good morning, Melissa.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Nice to have you with us here. And we're going to pull in our guest in just a second here. I want to remind you that the first segment of the Coffee Ann program is sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Our relentless advocacy team supports members of all sizes and types. We work tirelessly to shape policies, ideas, and opportunities to improve the business environment. We endeavor to keep you informed of new regulations and legislative actions that could impact your business. You ever see them down at the State House, Melissa?
All the time.
All the time. No, there you go. They're down there working for you. So find out more information how you can join. Visit their website, nrichamber.com. All right. The king has arrived, Melissa.
I feel like
all
I should
hail
yes,
the
all
king.
hail the king.
King Jace has arrived here at the station. He's as usual. He's in his royal regalia of red and white and the crown and the
It's kind of
glasses.
like Mr. T there with all of those
chains, the gold
chains
chains.
and
They're called beads.
beads
that- Mardi
right,
with it.
Mardi
right.
Gras
But this,
beads,
you know,
okay.
And the king, of course, has more Mardi Gras beads than your average
Lots
Mardi
of-
Gras goer.
lots of flair.
Here's Dave Riches, by the way, who's escorting the
I'm
king
back.
around because the king cannot drive himself in that regalia. So
No,
someone's got to drive him.
Be
so.
terribly dangerous.
Yes, that's right. So we're going to be able to ask questions of the king, and so it's one for yes and two for no. Is that how
Yes,
it
and
goes?
three
Okay.
if
three for I don't
three
know.
if you should rephrase the question or he doesn't want
Just
to
kidding.
answer.
All right, I have the
Okay.
official King Jay's clues in
I'm
my
glad.
hand, ready to go. Is the king
They
ready
look
for
familiar.
answers?
Welcome back, Dave, by the way. Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yes, Dave is
I came back just for this.
just for this. All right. So right
Believe
up,
me, I'd be sleeping right now.
you should
I'm still
be.
on vacation.
All right. Clue number one. Here we go. King James
Oh no, say it like the guy on the radio.
no,
Clue number one.
doesn't care how much eggs cost. He hates them. Yet clue number three says you'll walk a mile for chicken tenders. So you hate eggs, love chicken tenders. Okay, which is odd because if you yeah, and he agrees.
I don't know if you noticed one
Was-
of the photographs that was released to the press. I don't know if they because I haven't been here, so I haven't seen what actually got released to the press. I know it was released rather, but I don't know what they used. One of the photographs is with King Jace the 28th at Mickey G's Clam Shack ordering chicken tenders.
Okay, I didn't make the connection.
He was over at the Holy Trinity Church parking lot.
Yeah.
When we were taking pictures, and he says, "Ooh, chicken tenders."
All right.
So, of course,
That's what he
that's
grabbed.
how he talks to me. He doesn't talk to you that way.
But if you're over at Mickey G's, do you like clams? No on the clams.
clams.
Okay. How about
Mickey G smart that way. He gets
I guess the
all
other-
different people.
Yeah.
right. Right.
I don't know how you
Gotta
can
remember
answer
the
this
seafood.
correctly. Do you like seafood? All right, no on seafood in general. Okay, very good. So this hatred of eggs, did it start as a child? Oh, okay, it did. So you just never liked the taste of eggs, and but chicken is a-okay. All right, a reminder, Melissa. Some of the clues are meant to deceive you, right? So
They are.
well, that's the way it's been. In
Oh,
the
I
past,
wouldn't
right?
do that.
All right. Now it says here, King Jace, Woonsocket born and raised. Okay. Graduate from Woonsocket High. Okay. But he also says he's a world traveler. So you've been outside the United States. Okay.
Have you been to more than 2 continents?
Yes. Okay.
What do you know? And
all
now
right.
to Kitty Carlisle for our next
Yes.
question.
Have you been to Europe? Okay. Africa? Wow. Okay. Australia? Wow. I'm trying to get my other continents.
Antarctica?
Antarctica. No,
No, all
there's
right.
not much going on down there. So
Yeah.
it's
Penguins
on,
and-
it's on the bucket list to get down there. Asia? Wow. Okay. So really a world traveler all the way
okay.
around. Do you enjoy flying? You do? Okay, very good. Also, okay, so we've gone over about the hating of the eggs, the liking of the chicken tenders, world traveler, but born and raised here. Next clue is loves L.A., and it's L period A period. So I want to make an assumption here that are we talking about Los Angeles? Okay. How about Louisiana? You okay with that? No, okay.
I hope so.
Back and forth is okay, but really a big fan of Los Angeles. So you like being out there in California when you can, right? Okay. Next clue says would trade summer for winter any day. Well, now that could be anybody around here. They just love their summertime and not the wintertime.
I think I think it reads the other way.
Would trade summer for winter. Oh, so you like the winter? No.
No.
So you like summer better? See, I did read it
Okay.
right, then, Melissa.
I've read that incorrectly.
All right.
I
So
was
would
confused.
much rather hang out in the warmth than the cold.
Well,
so
sure.
we're thinking last weekend was not a good weekend for you. Yeah, not a good
Was
weekend.
it really a good weekend for anybody?
Did not like the cold from the
Was for
last
me.
weekend. Well, someone was
well.
in Florida. So anyway, let's see. So looking at some of the other clues, number 6, wouldn't be caught dead in pink. I'm assuming you. This is in your clothing attire. Don't like to wear pink shirts, pink pants, or pink sweaters. Nothing like that. Okay, more of a black, basic black and brown. Okay, so there you go. Doesn't like to wear pink.
I love pink, but that's me.
But
Pink's pink's like red, but not quite.
yeah,
Right.
a lot of guys are like that. Some are okay.
No,
with
I
pink.
see a lot of pink shirts.
I
in
do
the,
too.
In the
And
legislature,
some
even.
some
yeah.
are okay
Yeah.
with it, but others just like.
I almost left the room when I saw the Red Sox come out in pink. During a baseball game last year, they put it right on television.
Well, that's because
like, there's no shame in this.
Well, that's right. And that's a whole. That's
It's
a whole.
just a color.
It's just a whole
Everywhere
breast
there would have
cancer
been
thing.
red in their uniform, it was pink.
I know, but it was a breast
I said,
cancer.
lousy
Yeah, it was
contrast for
breast-
the
yeah.
TV cameras, but that's how
Well,
I
that's
think.
Yeah.
they don't worry about that. All right, I find the question clue number 7 rather interesting here. Salt, pepper, and butter, and that's it. The first thing I thought of: are we talking about corn on the cob? All right, I did get it right. Initially, then I thought maybe he's talking about popcorn, but no. All right. Oh, you
Yes.
like that on popcorn too? Who puts pepper on popcorn?
Or sweet corn.
I know people that put pepper on sweet corn.
Oh, you do?
My
Okay.
mother was one of them.
All right.
Put a lot more pepper than salt.
Is
It
that
was-
so?
The corn was black after she was done with it.
Well, you knew which one was hers.
That's right. That was all hers. So you like salt, pepper, and butter on the corn on the cob. Okay. So you don't put what else do you put on corn on the cob?
Your teeth.
Before that, but any
Okay.
kind of I'm thinking seasoning. What else?
Those-
do you
those
do?
Well, I
those
was thrown by this
sticky
too
things.
because maybe my brain just thinks differently. I assumed it was salt, pepper, and butter, and nothing else on all foods. Correct.
Oh, so
Right.
so paprika
He's
is
not a
out.
species.
So no-
he's
no,
not a species spicy guy.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise. No mayonnaise.
Okay, so
Okay.
ketchup, mustard, relish, all.
No.
I like this guy because he's just like me.
That's right.
I don't use any of that
Joe would
garbage.
forget about the bun if he had a chance when he was eating a hot dog.
So I was in my last travel days, and you order a burger and you tell them I want bun and meat and cheese, and they look at you like you got 3 heads. It's like and they don't know how to make it in the back. They're all confused. They have to walk back. That no, really, just this and this, and that's it. Yeah, really. And then okay, so wow, okay, we have to go out to eat sometime because we confuse them. All right, number 8 for King Jace is involved in everything, and everything is in quotes. I don't know if that makes a difference or what, but involved in everything. Everything involved.
It's a phrase.
Okay, everything you mean involved. When we say involved in everything in the city.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
So-
dissect a phrase, Joe. It's
I like
it's
to
a
take
figure
every.
of speech.
I like to take every
Very-
single
yes,
word.
right,
If
he's-
things are in
Something people
Like
just
parentheses.
Sherlock
say
Holmes right now.
Yes.
that doesn't have to be particularly accurate.
All right. Well, you put it in parentheses, so I thought it meant something. Involved in everything. Okay.
It's to get you thinking, Joe.
I am thinking about that. So,
After all, we did say that King
yes.
Jace is a well-known man from the local
well,
area.
that's right. So that
So
would make
there.
you important. Are you on the Woonsocket City Council? Okay, well, that kind of... Too bad, because that would have narrowed it down.
Yeah, that would have right. It could have been
Would narrow it down to
one of
six.
six
Yeah.
people.
All right, so it's not. So that's not a part of it. So let's see.
Although there is a former King Jace on the council, right? At least one. That's correct.
Dave Susie, right?
Oh.
No, Dave Susie hasn't been. Oh, sorry, I got the
Okay.
got the wrong one. Garrett is
Yeah,
is
yeah.
King Jace. Okay, but involved in everything. Yes, Dave.
No.
Oh, okay. You just
You got it right.
Oh, thanks. Okay, involved in everything. So, like all things for the public is what you're involved in. Okay. You won't see him on Broadway or the theater, but you'll see him at karaoke and trivia night. I know you can't sing at the moment. Do you think you have a good karaoke singing voice? No, but you'll do it anyway? Oh, good for you.
That's how it works with karaoke, Joe, don't you know?
Yeah.
Well, yes, but myself, knowing I have a lousy singing voice, I still won't get up and sing in front of the
Oh,
crowd.
that's so.
I need about
Well, you
20,000 of
should,
my
'cause that's what
closest
makes
friends.
karaoke great.
It is.
Opportunity
It
to
is.
offend them.
I don't need people saying, okay, you can sit down now.
And do y'all remember when it was broadcast on public access from Chan's?
No, I don't
Oh,
remember doing that.
that was-
Not only that, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh yeah, that was great.
We had it on
Great
Sunday nights from the
television.
Blackstone
Yeah.
Hotel with WRIK
Yeah.
disc jockeys.
I would like.
Fun time.
Yeah, it was the thing at the time.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could ask the king this question, but I can't because it's not a yes or no question. Because I would like to know what his favorite song to sing is, but
Oh,
I
you
could
would-
stand
you
here
would-
and start
you could guess
listing
forever, right.
songs. I don't want to do that.
Well, he could honk it out in Morse code, but I think
Nah,
the
that's
audience
me too
would not
tough.
like
But
that.
you like participating in trivia nights at local establishments. Okay. Do you have a favorite subject of trivia that you think you're better at than most people? Okay. Would it be sports? No on the sports. History? He's kind of shaking it. He's kind of so on this history. Okay.
I think that's three honks.
Okay. Current events? No on the current. Not so sure on the current events. What's another good subject for history?
Is it bigger than a bread box, Joe?
movies?
You haven't said that.
Movies. All right, good on the movie, TV shows. Okay, so entertainment things. Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense because
Yeah, that
you're
makes
involved
sense.
in everything, and you don't do the Broadway or the theater. So good on plays as well. Okay, literature, books. Okay, all right. And number 10 is a fan of outdoor concerts and local businesses. So if you're involved in everything,
Aren't we all?
are you
right.
are you somehow involved with the Levitt outdoor concerts here in the city? Okay, yes. All right. Are
As
you
am I, Joe.
are you Meg Rigo? No.
Give
It's
him
the beard
two.
and
Give him
mustache.
two, King.
All right.
You
Fan
had
of-
King doubled over there. He
I
couldn't even
know,
honk.
I know.
That's one of the hard and fast rules. People have asked me throughout the years,
don't make 'em
Joe,
laugh?
is that no. It's one of the last bastions of geez, you really can't have a lady do it. Could a lady play King Jace? Absolutely, but we just don't do that because it's playing with people.
Yeah.
It's unfair. If you talk about someone being a king, because from the days of old, when kings and queens were the things, right? There was only there would be the queen, there would be the king, and it was very well defined in a specific lockdown gender role. So if the person's going to take the title king, we feel it would be unfair to have a female portray the king, but one could.
All right. King,
We just wouldn't let it.
do you like indoor concerts?
I got such
Okay.
a look from Melissa when I said that.
I'm thinking. No, I'm just thinking. Like nothing.
You want to be King Jace.
Oh, I'd love to be. No, I want to be queen.
Well, I'm sorry. There's
But I don't
already
wanna-
another
I know,
contest for that.
but you could switch it around.
And we're going to
do it the
find
other
out
way, do like
which
the
one of the
princes,
four
right,
which
yeah.
one of the four queen
know, it's-
contestants
right,
is going to
and
be the
it's-
winner on Sunday.
Right.
King, do you know all 4 contestants running for queen? No, okay. Do you know some of them? Okay.
And I'm allowed to ask a question that's not pertaining to the clues, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so because I would ask this of anybody.
Okay.
So do you like animals? Do you have pets?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. All right. I'm still.
It's a good quality in a person, in my opinion. Yes.
I'm still a little stumped. I do like to
Do you
always
have
ask.
more than one pet?
All right, there you go. I do always like to, as we got to wrap things up because the King's got to go and do other fun things. But I do always ask that, King, do you know me? Oh, uh-oh. All right, well, good. I'm
King's
glad,
well
I'm glad we know
known
each
and he
other.
knows well.
Knows everybody. Oh, well, very good. Well, King Jace.
I would dare say that he's met all of us at one time or
well,
another.
I mean, before today.
Well, yeah, before
Okay.
today, yes.
All right. Well, those are the 10 clues. We have the envelope here at the radio station. If you want to come in, put $1 in the envelope. Put down who you
take the
think
guess.
King Jace would be, and if you're correct, $50 is coming your way, right? Dave?
Also,
How's
yes.
that work?
Also, Joe, when you go to the coronation this Sunday at Pomodoros, I've forgotten the time now. They're sending me the time that the king
Savini's
is supposed
Pomodoros.
to.
I don't have.
Yeah,
that
it's in the
time.
afternoon. It's yeah.
5. That was 5 honks.
Okay,
that
that
was outside
that
of
was
the
5
norm.
honks.
So it
Good.
starts at 5.
Okay, so it starts
Right.
at 5, and yeah, you can.
That's what I was thinking. I was reluctant to say it. Remember, I've just been off the grid here for a couple of weeks.
Right, right.
But anyway, when you go there this coming Sunday, you will there have a chance to meet King Jace and guess King Jace while you are there. And then when the Queen is crowned, her first official duty is to unmask King Jace, so we'll all know on Monday who wins the Super Bowl and who King
You're right.
Jace is.
Very
All
important.
right.
Two momentous facts will be
That's
revealed on Sunday.
I don't care about the former, but I care about the latter. Right.
All right. Well, King?
Oh, do
Have
you
fun.
like sports?
No.
sports.
So who's going to win the Super Bowl?
No,
he
I don't
has
even
no
bother
idea.
with that
Who's
one.
playing in the Super Bowl? no idea. So it doesn't matter.
That's okay. I don't either.
All right. I'm the only one. Okay, fine. All right. King, thank you very much for joining us today, and enjoy your festivities. Enjoy the coronation and your reign as King Jace here in the city of Woonsocket. Have a good time.
All right.
Dave,
All right,
thanks for
thank
bringing
you.
him in.
It's a pleasure. Thanks so
Please-
much.
Please escort
Happy
the king
Friday.
out.
Yes.
Yes.
King Jace the 26th is leaving the building.
Yeah. Have a great time. All right. Don't trip on anything. My goodness. This portion
a lot of clothing.
of the Coffee and Program sponsored by the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Remember, their relentless advocacy team supports members of all sizes and types. They work tirelessly to shape policies and ideas and opportunities to improve the business environment. They endeavor to keep you informed of new regulations and legislative actions that could impact your business. Find out what the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Business can do for your business. Visit them online at nrichamber.com.
Cousins Collision Center believes in making collision repair stress-free because they know that the only thing more stressful than getting your car fixed is paying for it. So they'll work directly with your insurance company to make sure that all of your repairs are covered and assist you with all the details. Cousins Collision will address all the essentials like matching today's special metallic paints as well as post-repair scanning for diagnostic codes. Visit their website at cousinscollision.com. They're located at 45 Foundry Street, Woonsocket off Olo Street.
Breakfast and lunch are always special at George's Restaurant because they care about what they serve. Breakfast includes all the popular favorites, including great pancakes like blueberry, cranberry walnut, and more. Try one of their creative omelets like Green Giant with broccoli, spinach, and peppers, or the Polsky omelet with kielbasa, bacon, and ham. George's Restaurant also features house favorites for lunch and daily specials like country fried pork chops or great tasting salads with their own hand-sliced chips. George's Restaurant, 793 Harris Avenue, Woonsocket. Open 7 days a week. Takeouts welcome. 769-1036.
Call George's Restaurant at 769-1036 for takeout.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee in Pawtucket. They're a 62-year-old family business that roasts all its coffee right here in Rhode Island. Founded originally as Excellent Coffee Company, they provide great coffee to food service establishments throughout New England.
We're local and live at 99.5.
All right, it's Coffee and here on ON, AM, and FM. Thanks for joining us this morning. The King has left. King Jace has left. Dave has taken him away. So we'll be looking for him around the city of Woonsocket over the next few days and at the festivities this coming weekend.
That's right.
So I'm here. Melissa Murray is here, and we'll be joined by Richard Lane. He'll be coming in around 8:30 this morning as well. So things that are going on Melissa, we got the email from the Rhode Island General Assembly, and U.S. Senator Jack Reed, along with the Speaker of the House, Shikarshi? How do you say it?
Shikarchi.
Oh, Shikarchi. Okay. And State Rep Steve Casey for here in Woonsocket presenting a $50,000 legislative grant to the Greater Woonsocket Fire Chiefs Mutual Aid Association.
Wonderful.
Good for them. The money funded a state-of-the-art live fire training center to be utilized by the fire departments all across Northern Rhode Island. So all across Northern Rhode Island, all the way down to Johnston, we'll be using this. I wish it said, and it doesn't. I just wonder where it is and where it's located. And would you have any idea where this might be?
Well, I would have to text Rep Casey.
Okay, do that. And they're having a presentation of the check today on Friday. It's going to take place at 10 a.m. That'll be the Smithfield Fire Department. It looks like it says inclement weather, but today's a beautiful day. It's 55 degrees in February.
It's
sunny.
actually really nice out right now after what we've been through. It
yeah.
feels like summer.
So that's where they'll be presenting. Steve Casey will be presenting a check to Smithfield Fire Chief Robert Seltzer. A tour of the new facility will follow. So I guess it takes place, it's in Smithfield, since that's where they'll,
Okay.
that's where the presentation will take at the Smithfield Fire Department, 15 Log Road, and then there'll be a tour of the facility. So that's pretty nice that all the fire departments in Northern Rhode Island can use that.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
State-of-the-art stuff is great. So that's very
Right.
cool.
Because there is a lot of new, fire technology that,
Oh,
it's not
constantly
just-
changes.
Yeah, it constantly changes, just like any other
I
thing.
was,
so.
In my younger days, I was a volunteer firefighter, and growing up, when you're 5 and 6, so what do you want to do? Oh, I'm gonna be a fireman.
Right.
And now you get into it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there is a ton of
yeah.
math
Yeah.
involved in this. So mostly for
And
the
very
really higher ups,
physically, yeah,
and physically demanding.
Physically demanding. Yeah.
But
heavy equipment, running upstairs with all that gear, like
yep. But I remember watching
yeah.
the fire chiefs figuring out, if the fire's on the second floor and they have a 2.5 inch hose and the water's coming out at a certain amount of pressure, how much water is lost to friction? I'm like, what? Well, we have to know that
Yeah.
in order to fight the fire better.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, there is a ton of math involved. So, I'm sure this is all going to help that as well. All right, other things going on newsworthy wise, and this happens at least once a year, usually in the summertime. But we had a man down in Jamestown go visiting Beavertail State Park, fell off the rocks.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
I got the
and
alert last night.
I don't know if they're just standing there and they're not aware of how bad the waves can be, and one came over and just washed them out, or
Sure.
it's wet. And you just slip, and now you're you're in the
I
ocean.
mean, and it can get slippery. It can even get icy.
Yeah.
I've seen we've all seen seawater kind of only freeze over. It gets real crusty.
Yes.
But I know some folks who used to go out there and jump off the cliff.
Well, in the summertime,
In the
right?
summertime.
Okay, that's a little different.
So yeah, it wasn't specific. I just got the raw fire alert because I get fire alert news.
Yep.
So I was like, oh my goodness.
So this man was in his 50s. We don't have a name. It doesn't say if he was with somebody, but somebody had to contact the Jamestown Fire Department to let them know this man is going into the ocean.
Yep.
So they take a boat out to get him because he was able to cling or climb up on top of a rock to await survival. They get him. They bring him back to the land, and that's where he got into a helicopter.
Yeah, airlifted. I saw that.
So
Yep.
I'm assuming he went to Newport Hospital. That would be the closest
Sure.
one. But he was suffering from hypothermia as
Oh,
well
yeah.
as other
Yeah.
injuries.
Yeah,
he might
happens
have
so
had.
fast.
Yeah.
Minutes.
So and they closed Beavertail Park while they did the rescue operation. Well, that makes sense. And so just you got to be careful. I mean,
Super careful
I-
around any type of water, whether it's you
Yeah.
know you think that the ice is okay. Don't go out on the ice.
No, that's
Just
right.
that just happened in Harrisville.
Right.
Just it's
And,
being so warm.
And I'm
Just don't trust it.
I'm a fan of going to the beach in the wintertime. I think it's really cool.
Yeah,
it's a
I've
lot
gone
less
too.
crowded. It's free to get in.
Well, I do the plunge, but that's a little different.
That's different. But I'm
not- yeah,
stand
it's-
far back from the water.
yeah.
So I don't accidentally fall in or get dragged in somehow.
Yeah.
I don't go out onto the rocks.
No.
I'm thinking like Narragansett, around where the Coast Guard house is. There's all sorts of rocks there. I stay off the rocks.
Yep. Yeah.
I have sat on that what would you call it? It's not a bridge. There's that straight road.
Yeah,
the
it's
fence.
like a wall. It's like
The
a
stone wall there.
wall.
I've sat
Yeah.
on that to watch the waves crash against the rocks.
Yeah, but sometimes when it's really crazy, the waves crash up against that.
I
right?
know, so you gotta be aware of that.
Just minutes are. That's all it takes in the winter.
Yeah. Now, speaking of the crazy weather, we got that today because of the warm temperatures. However, the National Weather Service says there's an elevated fire danger for today.
Because it's dry.
Yes,
Windy.
it's a dry air mass that's coming in. That's pushing the weather up, and there's going to be gusty winds today.
Mm-hmm.
So once the spark goes, the wind's going to take it and run with it. So they're saying they're in heightened risk for today. They were going to experience near record high temperatures. We could reach 60 today. We're almost there, and
That's practically a beach day.
it is practically a beach day. Yeah, that's right. We should have had radio at the beach today. We had a note that's been called in 766-1240. The United States is not the United States anymore. Biden is doing nothing to stop those who are taking everything and just giving it to the illegals. What can we do to stop this?
Well, that's a big
Well,
question.
smarter minds than me have to figure this one out.
Yeah.
I don't know about the first sentence. The United States is not the United States anymore. Well, we're still a country.
We are, but I would somewhat agree with that statement in that partisan politics are so crazy right now.
Yeah.
That sometimes we seem very divided with each other.
When it talks about Biden's doing nothing to stop those who are taking everything, just giving it to the illegals, we just had something come up in Rhode Island. I didn't have it in our news story. I remember reading something about it. There's a legislator in Rhode Island that wants to give voting rights to. It was like partial voting rights to everybody. Dave's right. Everybody can vote. So that may be what the caller is thinking. We're just giving everything away.
Well,
Thoughts on that?
perhaps,
Melissa?
but I mean, there's not very many, and Congressman Cicilline will even tell you this because it's a big misconception. There's not very many programs that non-citizens are eligible for. There's hardly any.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks think that, they can, get financial assistance from the government or are able to get on Medicaid. That's actually not true.
Okay.
It's those. So maybe they mean by organizations that, like nonprofit organizations that help undocumented people. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what the context of the question is. So
Okay.
need a little more information.
I know you're not into the sports things.
I'm
Melissa,
not into the sports things.
but
No.
not that it's kind of sports related. But the NFL had their voting of the MVP of the year. Oh, good. Dave's going to join us.
Okay,
He even knows less
excellent.
about sports.
I
but
doubt
anyway,
that. I doubt that.
Ron,
What's his
over
name?
here.
Mahomes won MVP. Yeah, you're over there. There you are. There you are.
Oh, there you
Mahomes
are.
won the MVP. However, one sports writer, way at the bottom, did not vote for an NFL player. But the person is listed way at the bottom, and it's
Okay.
the person that provided CPR to the Buffalo Bills player Hamlin, and basically saved his life. It said,
yeah.
that person's the MVP of the NFL. I'm like,
That's legit.
That's a good pick.
That's
like,
legit.
I like that they
yeah,
did that.
I like that
Oh,
way
my
of thinking.
That's pretty cool.
Then
Though.
it's going to be the
Now, Dave's shaking his
74-year-old
head.
guy in the stands who's been serving hot dogs and popcorn for 57 years. It's going to open the door to
Dave,
non-players
go-
everywhere.
Go back on vacation. You're such a curmudgeon. You were supposed to come back relaxed and happy.
Well, I mean, this person obviously knows that
Yeah.
their
Now-
vote is,
Yeah.
not
Now,
going to
Dave-
go anywhere. I think they're just signaling
This-
that.
that's
right.
Like,
They didn't
This
win.
caller just called in the United
Yeah.
States, not the United States.
Yeah.
Well, I took it to mean that this is not the country I recognize.
Well, right.
And so here it is. Now, if you're going to put together an award for the most valuable player,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there anyway. That's my own personal nature because, people who make contributions do it under different circumstances, and some people may be worthy of it and don't get it, and other people just show up and get a lucky year, or other people help them and then they get it. putting that aside, the most valuable player and or person we like is just not what that whole award was supposed to be.
All right. You're entitled to your opinion. You're completely wrong.
Well, Melissa,
But,
you're supposed to help me out
but
with this.
no, it's
I
just- it's-
forgot. You're the force for change in the world. I get it. So here we go.
Rich Elaine has joined us. Hi, Rich.
You think I'm getting in the middle of this one?
Tell
Rich
Davey's
is,
wrong.
Rich is here to lighten the mood.
It's the most valuable player or somebody we really like award.
No, that's not true at all.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the guy
true.
was just. I think the
If
guy
it's
was
gonna
just
be somebody who's
signaling
not-
it's
to-
great. It's
yeah.
great. It's
To
great.
be an NFL player, you have to be in the union, you have to be hired, you
Oh,
have
my
to be
gosh.
on somebody's roster, and then you are an NFL player, and you can wear that designation proudly.
Dave, go fix the emails in the office, okay?
Nothing wrong with emails in the office. I know you couldn't work the computer
well,
this morning.
that's
Thanks for
right.
getting me up after 2 hours sleep.
I didn't know. That's not my fault.
Take this stick away from Dave. Here we go.
It's
Happy
almost
Friday. Happy
it's almost
Friday.
the same thing as when teams do a nice thing and they sign like a 10-year-old boy or girl that's got terminal cancer to a one-day contract and say you are a Boston
I
Bruin.
didn't know they did
They do
that.
do that.
That is
That's very
nice.
That is
but we're
nice. But
talking
that-
about the
but they're
most
not a real
valuable
player.
You want to see the players get all verklempt about this?
No, I bet they're
Have
all
a
happy.
non-player do it.
They're all happy that this person got one
No,
vote.
because it means
Yes, they
tens
did.
of thousands of dollars at least to these people to be an MVP.
He didn't win the MVP. He got one vote to be the MVP.
No.
He's
You're
way
talking
at the
about
bottom.
Mahomes now. Don't go changing the subject.
I'm not changing the subject.
The subject is the concept of having a most valuable player become a most valuable player or somebody we really like award.
No.
That's the subject. That's what I'm responding to.
All right, break time here on Coffee and Dave's wrong again. And it's time for the weather forecast being brought to you by Unbound.org. Today will be a sunny day with a high temperature near 61, but windy. West wind 10 to 16 miles per hour. Wind gusts as high as 34 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Low temperature around 31. Continued windy. West wind 9 to 11 miles per hour. Wind gusts as high as 23 miles per hour. Saturday, sunny and a high near 41. Saturday night, mostly clear, low around 23. Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 53. Monday, cloudy. Chance of rain and sleet in the morning, then changing to all rain in the afternoon, and a high temperature will be near 42. Currently outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio in the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street, we have sunny skies and 56 degrees. A girl in Kenya dreams of becoming a doctor. An elder in Guatemala dreams of being part of a community. Reach out and change the world, and it will change your own. Unbound.org. The best little auction in Massachusetts is Trudell's Auction Gallery in Bellingham. Auctions are presented every other Monday starting at 10 a.m. Please check out their website, TrudellsAuction.com, to see when the next auction takes place. You can stop by Trudell's Auction Gallery on the weekends before the auction to preview all the items being offered. You will see antiques and all sorts of personal property items from various estates. Trudell's Auction Gallery, 799 South Main Street, Bellingham. If your deck is rotting, splintering, or uneven, then the time is now to upgrade to Moisture Shield composite decking available at Pepin Lumber. A composite deck never needs painting or staining. It's fade resistant, and it's easy to install. Pepin Lumber customers are thrilled with the look of the composite deck, and they love the ease of maintenance. Moisture Shield composite decking is available in 9 colors.
Hi, this is Denise at Pepin Lumber. Come in today and get a free estimate on your composite deck for your home.
Get your free estimate for a composite deck in the winter and be ready when spring arrives. Pepin Lumber Woonsocket. Visit pepinlumber.com. Hi, this is Joe Callahan, your maitre d' inside the Tiki Bar, heard Monday nights at 6 on ON Radio. It's 1 full hour of Jimmy Buffett music. The Tiki Bar is brought to you by Attorney Bob Lauder, the Carew Investment Group, Pepin Lumber, and Family Discount Furniture.
ON Radio, ON Worldwide.
This portion of the Coffee and program sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding in 1996, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism anywhere makes these cities and towns better places to live in. We believe that truth has value and should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story.
Alrighty, it is Coffee In here on ON, AM, and FM. Joe Callahan here, along with Melissa Murray, Dave Riches. Rich Elaine is here from American Legion Post 85. And Rich, what's going on at the Post?
Well, of course, it's Super Bowl Sunday coming up, right? Right?
So I understand.
Yep. So we got some, even for those that do not care about, like I know we have
these two.
a young lady over here that is not really a sports fanatic, but even if you're not a big Super Bowl
She'll be
fan,
watching the Puppy Bowl.
well, here's what we...
and Kitty halftime.
Yeah.
Don't ask me about a halftime show. You don't want me going off on that. But anyhow, down at the Post, we are going to have of course, with our meat raffles that we have there every Sunday, every dime we make on our meat raffles, after we pay for the meats, of course, goes to a scholarship fund down there. So that's the way we raise money for our scholarship fund. And this Sunday, it's going to be the mega meat raffle. We're going to have probably about 20 items, to raffle off. And right before if you buy tickets to the meat raffle, you are entitled to partake in the food that we put out every Sunday. And this Sunday, we're putting out steak tips, chicken marsala, roasted potatoes, and there's no okay, you got to pay $10 for this. No, come in, buy some tickets to the meat raffle. You can win some nice, and some nice food, and you're giving money to a scholarship fund, and the whole thing is just going to be a good time. So, and we're going to have the game on, of course, afterwards, and there's going to be some beverage specials. So, and I know you guys announced the thing with King Jace earlier and things like that. That's all going on Sunday, but come by the Post, buy some tickets to the meat raffle. You don't have to be there to win the meat raffle. If you
Good,
put your
'cause I
name
never
in
see the end of the Super Bowl.
and you put the meat raffle takes place right around 4:30 before the Super Bowl. So
Oh, that's good.
Yep. So, and like I say, you don't have to be there to win, so just write your name down, your telephone number, and if you win, we'll say, hey, come pick this up, come pick that up. You're a winner,
All right.
So, and another thing that's starting up, the auxiliary's going to have their meeting on Monday down there. So they're going to be kind of wrapping things up and how they want the Purple Up campaign for military kids. And Melissa was very much part of that last year. We appreciated that, and that's going to take place again. And you didn't mention those that are watching on the live feed. You didn't mention my Cam Neely jersey.
Very nice.
It's got an autograph in the back.
on the back,
Yeah.
and-
Well, how to get? But it kind of
Cam Neely
segues
Bruins
into what I
jersey.
want. But the other day, I received something extremely nice from the Bruins Foundation, and I'm just going to give people out there a little hint. There, I got the white Bruins jersey with the big B logo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the jersey I have at home right now, in all the little spokes.
Yep.
Guess what we have in all the little spokes?
Autographs?
Autographs.
Oh,
I got a
nice.
certificate of authenticity with it. It's autographed by the team, January 2023, and that is going to be a raffle item for Purple Up for
Very
military
nice.
kids.
Excellent.
So we'll be dragging that all over, wherever they go with the auxiliary, we'll be dragging that all over the areas in Woonsocket. But I'll have all the information hopefully within the next week or two, and we'll be able to let everybody know what's going on for Purple Up. So,
All right.
and that's pretty much everything that's going on down the Post right now. So hope to see you guys down there. In fact, it's going to be so much fun down there on Sunday.
How
my
much
wa-
fun will it be, Rich?
My wife hardly ever goes down there. She's coming on
She's
Sunday,
coming. All right.
yes.
So you know it's going to be a good time.
Yes.
And- all right. You're serving the whole chicken wings. You should change the sign. Like, write chicken, but then cross out, put eagles. We're serving eagle wings. I mean, but really
That's
serve
not
chicken, of course.
very
Well,
patriotic.
you're really serving chicken, but,
Well, no, I don't know whether
get
you
what
were
you
trying to
mean,
make
no.
a Super Bowl analogy.
I was
there.
trying to make a Super Bowl analogy.
That's
Yes.
what I look at that. I pick up on these.
All right.
things.
So what do you think about this? We'll keep it talking about the Super Bowl. The city of Philadelphia has already announced that on Monday, school starts 2 hours late. And not because of the weather. It's because the Philadelphia Eagles are playing in the Super Bowl, and we want the students to be awake and the staff. So school starts 2 hours late, and some of the surrounding school districts around Philadelphia as well. They'll open on a delay basis as well. Now, the game always starts roughly around 6:30. It always ends roughly around 9:30. I think the staff can handle it.
Yeah,
being
I
in on
mean,
time. If it
Look,
lands at
you,
9,
you play,
9:30.
you pay. You still got to go to work.
That's right. So,
That's what my-
and I know it'll be a little tougher. I don't know what time elementary school kids go to bed. Probably 9 or 8:30. Yeah, that's going to be 1 hour if they want to stay up for the entire game. It's going to be a little rough for them on Monday. But hey, suck it up.
Yeah, with that, we're talking the city of Philadelphia here.
Yes.
I'm not trying to cast aspersions or anything, but we do know that there's a pretty good crime rate in the city itself, and it might be a little tough for some of the school buses to get around the flipped over and burnt out vehicles that might be in the middle of the street after a celebration. So maybe
I
that
hope
could.
doesn't take
I'll
place.
tell you, what I think is going to happen. Honestly, I think if Philadelphia wins, they'll probably end up canceling altogether. You watch.
Interesting.
That's just my
Your
thought
thought on
process on it. Yeah, they're going to say, well,
right.
if they lose, all right, we'll give them a couple hours. If they win, here we go.
Now, there's no word on what Kansas City will do in their school systems on Monday. Of course, it's an hour later for them, so their game the game actually
right.
starts at 5:30 for them, ends at 8:30. So maybe they don't have to have the 2-hour delay. The game ends earlier.
Yeah, it just seems ridiculous.
Kind
to
of
me.
silly to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I think this is a precedent. I don't think it's been
ridiculous. You think it starts at 6:30 and ends at 9:30.
done. It starts at 6:30.
It's well after 10 before that clock winds down in the Super Bowl.
Oh, let's
been
put
my
a
experience.
let's put a bet on it, Dave.
Seriously, because they got that
Not the
ridiculously long halftime
Yeah,
show.
it's a half an hour to 40 minutes. I know. But I'm
I
talking like the
mean-
actual end of the game, not
They
the
can't
not
start
the
a game
not
at
here's
1
the
o'clock.
trophy like this.
They
Kind of thing.
can't during the regular season. They can't start a game at 1 o'clock and have it end earlier than 4:15. So now you're looking at 3.25 hours to 3:20, and that's with just a regular halftime. Then now you got to put in a halftime show lights. Now you're looking at 3.5 to 3.75 hours. How does it get over at 9:30 if it starts at 6:30? That don't wash in my brain.
Well, I'll have to make I'll specifically note what time the actual end of the game is, not the presentation of the
Yeah, we
of
don't
the
care
trophy
about
and
that.
the
Unless it's
shooting
your
off
team
of the
that wins.
confetti. Not that. When the actual game ends, I will take a look at the time.
Good
and,
idea.
and see where we are.
Can you
and we'll see
imagine
you're
if we
right.
did that here
See,
in New
we
England?
gave him homework.
Like,
You
can
guys want
ima-
me? You guys want me to figure out an over/under for that?
Yeah, if we did that here in New England, I mean, people would say,
Oh, what, school?
Right. Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
Well,
right?
every
That's
year,
just crazy.
Every year it pops up. I think it popped up down in Tennessee. A U.S. senator from down there. We got to make the day after the Super Bowl a national holiday. Now, I love sports and I love the football and I love the Super Bowl, but I think that's just the dumbest thing
No,
going.
you don't get a hangover day. Sorry.
Yeah, they want
You
to.
just
Well,
don't.
they want
I know,
to take.
but-
Like
they
I
wanna,
mean, you
they're not
play,
adding.
you pay. And
like
if you
they've always
can't
said, if we're going to
play,
add a
then-
law, we should take away a law. What they want to do is take away Columbus Day, and give us. I don't even know what you would call it. Day after Super Bowl day.
Well, as it is, Columbus Day is still only a state.
No, it's a federal holiday.
Yeah, I think it's a federal holiday.
No mail. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, I didn't finish what I was saying, but it's governed by the states because Massachusetts doesn't have a holiday, even though it's a federal holiday. Massachusetts, they all still go to work.
The federal workers in Mass.
Well, maybe not the federal workers. 'Cause, like I said, I was trying to say something and you stopped me. But but I know that from Autumn Fest, Rhode Island, no problem, day off. Massachusetts, they got to work.
Okay. Well,
That's always been a problem when you try to get people to come into the parade.
yeah. Rich, should the Super Bowl be moved to Saturday?
Nah.
But that way it takes away this whole school delays and should it be a holiday?
No,
No, you like
no,
that on Sunday?
No, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, I think it's ridiculous to say, the day after the Super Bowl, 2-hour delay in schools. And
But you still say keep the game on
keep a
Sunday.
game on Sunday, right? It's traditional, just I'm a traditionalist at heart.
Dave, you want to move? Should we move the game? Not us, but should the NFL move the game to a Saturday instead of the Sunday?
Well, the NFL has a whole different reason for being than any common sense idea I'd have. And they just can't move it earlier
No, not early in the day.
tremendous repercussions financially. If they start a game at 6:30, it's not even prime time yet, according to the buying schedule for network television. And they promise a prime time audience for the Super Bowl. You know, the ads have gotten, I remember the biggest story, it was way back in the 90s. Way back in the 90s, Melissa. Where it made national headlines that a certain, I think it was a computer company, bought an ad in the Super Bowl, 30-second ad for $250,000. This is ridiculous.
Well, that's cheap.
Well, it is now.
Now it is, yeah.
Now a 30-second ad, $7 million.
$7 million, yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
I heard Joe say it on the radio.
But
Yes.
but should we move the game
So-
from Sunday to Saturday?
What's that? Well, Saturday, I'm sorry, Sunday night is the key time in television. It's the
prime-
hallowed ground.
Okay.
Sunday night is hallowed ground for television.
All right.
It's where most of the listening, watching gets done. It's also the time that is the highest use of the internet at any point in the entire week. I don't know if you guys realize this. And it's Sunday night is it. Now, for them to change it to somewhere else, they're going to get hit in the pocketbook like nobody's business.
No, I don't know. I think they'll get.
I'm just
I think
saying
they'll get
because
pretty
I
high
understand
numbers
the
on Saturday,
broadcasting
too.
biz, and I know those kinds of discussions that take place.
All right, Melissa, should the game be moved?
Yeah, I really don't have an opinion on it.
None whatsoever.
Not really.
All right.
But I think if you did, there's going to be people who are happy about it and people
Well,
who are like
always.
kvetch about it.
He didn't ask you
And-
for the politician's answer.
No, I mean, I don't, honestly, I don't.
I
It,
could
would,
have said that and been right.
it doesn't matter to me.
You know, for
Doesn't affect
anybody,
you at all. All right.
for anybody that hasn't got the TV screen on watching this, Melissa's got that look on her face that says, "I could care
I could
less."
care less. I'm just in it. I'm just in it for the wings and,
All right.
and the snacks.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and program. We'll have
Kitty
another
halftime.
Super Bowl thing to talk
And
about
kitty
coming up.
halftime.
This segment of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
Since its founding in 1996, the Valley Breeze has been the trusted source for local news in the Blackstone Valley. Our readers and advertisers understand that shining a light on all aspects of our communities and doing it with some of the best local journalism anywhere makes these cities and towns better places to live in. We believe that truth has value and should triumph over rumors and misinformation. See valleybreeze.com or any of our 5 editions for more on how you can be part of this local news success story.
Celebrate the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Rabbit, with Chan's. That's Chan's Takeout, Delivery, Reservations, 765-1900, the number for all. 765-1900 Chan's is at 267 Main Street in Woonsocket. Kung Hei Fat Choi. Happy Chinese New Year from Chan's. You know, when you're paying the right price for protection, you just know it. It's that warm, fuzzy, totally secure feeling, knowing that you're not only getting great coverage, but you're also not paying too much for it. And when it comes to your insurance, there's no one better at getting the right price for your protection than Allstate agents Kara and Celeste Benjamin, because they know when it comes to your bank account, every penny counts towards something bigger, something better. Like a nicer car, that home update you've been dreaming of, or a phone that's fresh out of the box. Those little or big things that we work so hard for. And Kara and Celeste Benjamin want to help you work a little less by getting you the coverage you need and the savings you deserve when you switch to Allstate. Contact Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. One agency, 2 locations in North Smithfield and Bellingham. 765-5000 for a free quote today. Allstate, you're in good hands. And you're in good hands with Kara and Celeste Benjamin at the Benjamin Agency. Savings vary based on the average annual savings reported by new auto customers surveyed in 2019 who switched to Allstate. Cousins Collision Center uses manufacturer-grade paints for perfect color match of shade, especially those metallic paints. Since 1985, Cousins Collision Center for repair and restoration of old classic cars. Located on Foundry Street in Woonsocket off Olo Street, Cousins Collision Center, 766-7679. In Rhode Island, You decide who repairs your vehicle. Choose Cousins Collision Center.
Do you know King Jace?
King Jace the 28th, the mysterious monarch of the Woonsocket Mardi Gras, is a man from the area who is well known. Here's another clue to the king's true identity. Clue number 9. You won't see King Jace on Broadway or the theater, but you will see him at karaoke or trivia night. If you think you know the name of the man who's playing King Jace, place $1 in an official King Jace Quest envelope, available at both Woonsocket radio stations and the offices of the Call newspaper on Main Street. King Jace will be unmasked by the Queen of the Mardi Gras at Savini's Pomodoro Restaurant, Rathbun Street, Sunday, February 12th. After the unmasking, a drawing will be held from all the correct guesses, and the winner will receive $50 cash. The King and Queen and her court will reign over the Woonsocket Mardi Gras festivities the following Saturday, February 18th, at the St. Anne Arts and Culture Hall on Cumberland Street.
Do you know King Jace?
Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us on this Friday morning. This is Joe Callahan here with Melissa Murray, Dave Richards, and Richard Lane is with us as well. Now, I think I know how Dave's going to respond to this next item, because he's going to say, well, why are they promoting this? We're all equal. We're all one, that kind of thing. But you got to promote these kind of things. Ready, Dave? For the first time
I can
ever.
leave now, I guess.
For the first time ever, the military flyover during the start of the Super Bowl will have all female pilots.
So what?
I knew he'd say something like that. We got to promote this kind of thing, Dave. It's historic.
Well,
the historic
that's
female
just
flyover.
conversation. That's not really news. That's
right.
Hey, you know that? Oh yeah. No, what do you say about that? Well,
The
no
historic
problem.
female flyover will
Yeah.
be in honor of the 50 years of women in the United States naval aviation. The first female aviators were accepted into the Navy in 1973. The Arizona Republic says all the pilots in Sunday's flyover are well practiced in flying in formation and will fly over the State Farm Stadium during the singing of the national anthem.
73.
And they
50 years ago.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and those who understand flyovers, if you've ever been involved in putting one on, I've seen this. The pilots have no idea, or don't care, or maybe they were told and they still don't care that they're flying over the Super Bowl. They simply
might care.
they have a training mission.
Oh, yeah.
And the training mission calls them to go from here to here to here to here. And somebody
Start at this time.
Somebody upstairs has figured out the vectors so that they, at a certain moment in time, if they've done their job right, are flying over that stadium.
Mm-hmm.
But they turn left here, go 0 degrees that way, and 20 degrees the next way, and stuff. It's all just math for these people.
right.
And to stay in formation and stay at a certain speed so that they can predict when they're going to fly over that stadium.
While the song is being sung. Yeah.
Right. And you've got about 1 minute and 10 seconds to be of wiggle room. 1 minute and 10 seconds is about how long it takes the average singer to sing the national anthem. And if you can get within a minute of a precise time, you're an aviator, man. I'll tell you.
I remember-
you are a naval aviator.
I remember one time they were having a flyover at McCoy Stadium before one of the baseball games.
Yeah.
And they sing the national anthem, and everyone's looking up, and the plane never showed up. We found out later the plane what called away for an emergency.
Right.
So
Well, what
whoops,
happened?
Bank,
What happened
we got to
at
go
the
over there.
dedication of the
Yeah,
eternal
right.
flame?
Yeah,
We had flyovers.
There was
with
one
a vintage
one
aircraft.
One of them didn't make it, right?
One of them did not make it
Yeah.
because of mechanical issues.
Yep.
They were flying vintage planes, so these things can happen,
Yeah.
and you take that seriously. And then you had the two that did. They, of course, had been hesitant because the other one was not there, and they don't have the same radio communications that today's
Right.
naval jets do. But seriously, and there's no reason on God's green earth why you can't have ladies doing that.
Well, right.
It's just
But
it's
the
it's
first time-
silly to
All of them.
So
will be
women
females.
were allowed beginning in 1973.
to join the U.S. Navy, be part of U.S. naval aviation.
But it wasn't
Start
until
flying.
a year later that women could have their own checking accounts.
Really?
Fun fact.
Good to know.
So maybe that puts it in perspective a little bit. Like it is important. I think it is important because of the opportunities and just like that it takes a great amount of skill and
Yes.
acumen to do this and for anybody to be able to do that. So I think it's cool.
That's
Okay.
why I like you. Anybody to do this. That's my point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
It takes a
anybody
lot for anybody to do it.
It does.
See the
But the women
similarities,
didn't
Joe.
have the opportunities to do it until a certain
See,
a certain time. So,
Wh-
but
And that was
they got the-
wrong. So
right.
we fixed that, didn't we?
But I think it's still cause for celebration.
Yes,
it's
of
good,
course.
Right. That's my
Well,
point.
Have some fun. I mean, people are going to be so liquored up on Sunday, they're going to have something to toast to.
All right.
Don't go out driving around that day, please.
All right. On a
Thinking
completely.
about it at the stadium.
What's that?
Oh, well, I
Think
mean,
about
but,
it at the stadium.
Sure, but also like lots of other places.
And I don't mean
so-
the stadium in Woonsocket. I'm talking
No,
about Arizona.
not the- yeah.
I heard that the ticket prices for Super Bowl tickets are dropping.
Well,
in
of
case
course
you happen
they
to be
would
in
at this
Arizona.
point.
But yeah, no, I guess there's just no. I guess the market has kind of dried up.
Well, see, the teams have turned back their tickets, and if the
Of what they
and
wanna
if,
use?
and if the reputation of the "I can't afford that, why even bother" is there, when the tickets are there, because there's blocks of tickets reserved by the teams, and they have them, and they can send the guy who helped someone on the side of the road get to the game. They can give him tickets, and the rest of that. So once those come in, the ticket prices for everything, because the scarcity starts dropping. Over the time that I was away, I was encouraged to go with family members to a local cinema. They actually have a nice local cinema down there. And I sat through Tom Brady's movie, 80 for Brady.
Oh, God.
You like it? Amusing? I
My
hear it's
mother-in-law loved it, and I
Okay.
loved watching her love it.
Okay.
And I looked at it, I says, that is technically a whole lot better than I expected.
Oh, well, good.
Oh.
All right.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
They did all the little trite things they had to do,
sure.
because we understand, where the origins of that movie is. They even put up a picture of the actual four ladies that the story was based
It's based
upon.
on. Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
shall I say, significantly embellished upon. So, like that. But really, it's that movie. Hey, I think some people get a big kick out of it. Is it playing? Are they playing movies at all in Lincoln? They don't advertise no more.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
I wouldn't know. They don't advertise no more.
Richie, are you against it because Jane Fonda's in the movie?
That might be part of it. But
Okay.
no, I just think like
Hey,
I
no,
watched.
No. After that many facelifts, you don't even recognize her. I saw her on screen and I said,
Who's that?
"Okay, gee whiz, that's Jane Fonda, huh? Having a hard time getting my arm around this one. I can't figure." How is that Jane Fonda? My goodness, she must be in the witness protection program.
What do you think, Rich?
This is a polite thing we're doing around.
please
You
do.
don't. You don't want my. You don't want my opinion.
All
Jane
right, that's
Fonda.
fine.
Well, we can-
out in the open air. Let's put it
All
that
right,
way.
Would you
all right.
agree that we can all try to improve ourselves over time and try to, first of all, survive, and then secondly, move away from the mistakes of our youth?
Not her.
She doesn't get that.
She doesn't get that
doesn't get
privilege.
that.
She
Okay.
doesn't get that privilege with me. Sorry
Okay.
about that. Sorry, but I went to I don't mean to get a little serious here, but I went to a 99-year-old World War II veteran's funeral a week and a half ago. A guy that served this country proudly, Red Brigade. In fact, we found out that Wild Bill, when he was with the Red Brigade, some of the stuff that was in his truck that was being delivered to Patton's troops were actually made in the mills right down by the Legion.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Some of the stuff he had
Love
loaded
him.
in this
That's
truck.
great.
Can you imagine that? That's just like unbelievable, right? So, but that's my thing on Hanoi Chain.
All right. We got just about a minute or so to go on a completely different story. A for effort for this woman down in Tennessee. She was trying to buy a car. She was actually trying to buy a BMW, and they made the arrangement on the Facebook Marketplace. And she was buying this BMW for $1,700, which makes me wonder how awful this car must be. If you're buying a BMW for $1,700, it can't be a very good car.
Or how old the car
Or how old it is. But anyway.
Or how competent the buyer is.
Well, the
I
buyer
smelled dead fish there.
Oh no! Well, the victim, the one who sold the car, took the money to the bank, and she paid in all $100 bills, and they're all fake. They were all prop bills that they use in movies.
Oh wow!
But they were able to track down the woman that bought the car.
Certainly could, because
And-
she'd have to register it.
Well, no, before she even registered the car.
Okay.
But I guess they gave her a name. But now she was arrested. She's facing counterfeiting and forgery charges. And I just wonder where that person got a hold of all these prop $100 bills.
But isn't
they
that
used in the
also
movies.
grand theft?
Could be.
It's-
They just gave me 2
right.
charges right there. So I don't know.
Right,
All right.
right.
So A for effort,
Well,
but there's
most
no
of the
way
time,
that's
all
gonna
you need
last.
is 2 charges, Joe, a negative and a positive.
I have
And
a
then the
question.
equipment
Negatives.
just lights up.
Yes, Melissa.
I have a question for Rich. Is
Yes.
the Post still doing their food collecting?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Tell
yes.
us about that, because I wanted to give that a little shout
Well,
out.
we had,
I know you
what is it now? I can't remember the name of the organization now.
You were doing a non-perishable food drive, right?
Yeah,
folks
for,
are like-
what's
I know
the
you
name
gave
of
to
the
the
organization, though,
you
that-
gave to New Beginnings. I know
Yeah,
that.
and they came out. I couldn't remember. They
Yep.
did come out again the other day, and they picked up quite a bit of stuff.
That's
so
great.
yeah, keep bringing the dry goods, the non-perishable items down. We'll
Yep.
very, very much so take them. New Beginnings, we give them a call when the table starts to get full.
Yep,
They come
yep.
right down. They pick it up. They're so appreciative.
And those meals go to local families,
Yep,
and it's not
absolutely.
just
Yeah.
not just. And I talked to Jean. It's not just homeless folks. It's also now she's seeing a lot more families that
Yep,
are just
yep.
food insecure, that are working families that can't just can't make ends
That's
meet.
right.
So you're
Yep.
doing a great thing.
Well,
so I just
thank
want to
you.
give you a shout out for
Well,
that.
the people, thank you. The people out there are doing it too.
So-
And she said she's been doing it for 37 years.
Yes.
Can you imagine that?
She has been.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Well, the show's come to an end. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great weekend, everyone. Rich Elaine, thank you very much.
Thank you. See you at the Super Bowl, everybody.
Very good. Dave Richards, thanks for popping in. Welcome back from your vacation.
I'm still on vacation, Joe.
Oh, okay. Well, then go take a nap or something.
There's
All right.
an idea.
Melissa, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me, and you will not see me at the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. This is Joe Callahan. I would love to be at the Super Bowl, but I won't be there. Stay tuned for Do You Remember Gary Smith and the Crew coming up at 9:30. Eagles will win 21-17.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
The 3 finalists for police chief in Providence fielded questions at a public